Alright, morning. We gotta do a lot of stuff today. I have a few things planned, but I'm not gonna say what they are before I actually done them, because yeah, what's the point of saying if I didn't do it? So first of all, I'm gonna feed the dogs because Mrs. down here is wanting to have some food already. Someone is always hungry, always. So we're gonna go feed. Alright, the mister has problems at the moment. Eating his food when it's there, he just dances around with it quite a bit. He will eat it, but it will take him probably 10-15 minutes, which is not bad on one hand because he doesn't scoff it down. On the other hand, it is a bit of a nerve-wracking situation because he's just dancing around his food. There we are. That's the proof. He just needs a few minutes and then he's gonna start eating. I'll have to pack away my dog food prep now and feed myself. So this is what I've been doing for the past, I think, 3 days now. This is the third morning. I have been prepping myself a little bit of an overnight situation. It's just oats, chia seeds, some flaxseed, milled flaxseed, and bananas, and I'm gonna dribble some maple syrup on top and mix it all together and then have it as a breakfast. At the moment it's not that warm, so I would have done probably some smoothie mixture and popped that on top or something just to spice it up a bit, but that's at the moment my breakfast. I wanted to step away from bread and butter every morning. I just had enough of it, so I thought, okay, we need to change this up a little, and that's what I found. And it's nice. It's a previous honey jar, and I love the glasses. I started to love glasses about a year ago, so instead of plastic, so I started collecting, and this is what it is. So yeah, I'm gonna have that now and then move on with the day. Alright, so here are my reasons why I live in a van. The first one is freedom. It's the simplest and biggest reason is the freedom. It's because being in a house is fair enough, yes, but if you think about you want to go somewhere, or you have snotty neighbors, or people around who just don't like you, you can't just push the gas and move on and find a place that's peaceful for you. It is, you're stuck in there and you're trapped into a rental contract and all that stuff. So the freedom to move anywhere I want to is huge. The next factor is the financial side of things. Renting, I have been renting in the UK, I have been renting in New Zealand, and it's always the same. It is more expensive in the long run, and like I said, you're stuck in one place. When I was renting in the UK a few years ago, it was a bad experience, mainly because of the dogs and the neighbors. The neighbors just did not like us and always had something to moan about, and it was horrible. I just was there a year in that place. The place itself was nice, but the neighbors were absolutely disgusting. So I moved out and made the decision to go in a van because it is cheaper. And the rental prices have gone through the roof since I moved out, and I would not go back. I would not go back to rental. It's just way too much for too little money. So for too little wages, and renting with the dogs is just not possible, especially those two big ones, it is just not possible. The rental capacity or availability around the area I'm in is just not there. There is probably 1 or 2 houses that you can rent with dogs, and the conditions to rent with dogs is just way more specific to if you're just moving in there by yourself. And it's just not worth the hassle. It really isn't, because if you get annoying neighbors, then it's all over. You can't enjoy your place. So next thing is more of a leisure thing, is just if I decide to move every day to a different spot, I would be able to. I can work from my laptop in a different spot every day, have different scenery every day. I can't do that. It's just theory, because I could if I wanted to. In practice, it's not possible with my other dog, because he just does not like to drive and he gets very anxious. So once every 2 weeks driving would be acceptable, but not every day, that's for sure. And I'm fine with that. I don't mind that. I don't want to move every day. I'm not a person that wants to see one place every day different. So I'm happy to stay 2 weeks in one place and then move on to the next and the next and the next. So next thing, oh yeah, I covered it already, is new places to see with the dogs, and yeah, have them explore different areas to sniff on and things, so they're happy to do that. Then it's the creative freedom. As I said, if I move every 2 weeks, I have different scenery to work with. I can relax and look out and say, oh yeah, that's nice view, and I like to park here and I like to stay here for a bit and whatnot. So gets the creative mindset going a little bit better. And then I covered that already, is the annoying neighbors that maybe have problems that are not really existing just because they're bored. So yeah, you can have that in campgrounds, but you can move on. That's the good thing. You just pack up and move on. And it's a smaller place to clean. Yeah, it's true. If you have a 2-3 bedroom house, it is way bigger to keep clean than it is in a 1-room van situation. That thing, it gets more dusty, I have to say. Quicker dusty, because obviously when I keep the door open every day, it is just, everything's just dusting up real quick. But yeah, that's the good point. Just wipe over it quick and that's it. So yeah, keeping it clean is super easy. And the other factor is no high bills. That's true, because the rent is eating most of the monthly payments, I'd say. So if you have like 3/4 of your monthly bill, monthly income is the rent, and then there goes on top the taxes and everything else. And I don't have that. It's just my van insurance and my van tax, and that's it. Everything else is expenses that need to be to keep the van running, and that's crazy. So yeah, it is way cheaper if you stay in one spot for a longer time and don't need a lot of fuel to go around. So these are my reasons to be mobile, be in a van, and don't be stuck in one place. And yeah, that's the summary really. Having the creative freedom of being able to move around, having your house on wheels is very comfortable if you agree to having a small space and not a lot of things with you that you carry around. But that's my reasons for living in a van full time.